Right, that's the quick bit of shopping done. It's time to get off to the lake now. Catch you soon, guys and girls. Well, nearly at the lake now, but I've just been informed via text message that I've left my bacon in the fridge, and that is sacrilege. So I'm just going to quickly go and grab some bacon, and then we'll be back on the road. We're about a minute away from the lake, but I'm going to have to stop filming now because obviously I don't want to give the location out. So I'll catch you lakeside, guys and girls. So I've just arrived at the lake. Don't know if anybody's fishing yet. Didn't notice anybody in the car park. But I'm going to keep my noise to a minimum when I get out the car, so as not to disturb anyone if they are fishing. I'm going to go and find some fish and see if we can get on them. Catch you soon. Well, fortunately for me, I've turned up at the lake. There's nobody else on here. Got the whole lake to myself at the minute. Perfect conditions. Fish moving out there. Perfect conditions. Overcast, light rain after the hot weather we had. This is perfect. Fortunately, because of the lake being empty, I've been able to get the swim that I really want. And I've just had a look out there, and there's a few fish moving about. And the only problem is, it's going to be a long hike with the gear. Because me being me, thought doing just an overnighter, I won't bring the para. So it's going to be a long walk with the gear, but hopefully effort will equal the reward. So without further ado, I'm going to go and get the car, get the gear down to the peg, and hopefully catch up with you soon. Tight lines. So, to give you a rough idea of how much effort's going into this session, I've got the GoPro on to film how far I'm actually walking. I've done 2 trips so far. I'm hoping I'm get the next lot of gear in one last trip, and then it's the long walk back to the car, park the car, then the long walk back down to the swim before I can even start setting up. So that'll teach me not to bring my barrow, but I didn't anticipate the lake being empty. I'd already got in my head a few areas that I'd fished before where I know fish have been coming off, and the one swim that I've always favoured, that I've only ever got to fish once, is available, because obviously, like I said, no one else on the lake, so it just had to be there, especially when I walked in there and saw a few fish moving about. It had to be done. So let's get this trip back to the car done, get back down to the swim, drop the car off and get fishing. Catch you soon, guys and girls. So eventually got down to the swim. Shattered now. I've got the rods out. I've leaded around. The leads are a little bit wet. I'm going for solid bag approach today, inline leads. So obviously I'm just letting them dry out while I have a brew, and then we'll get fishing. There's no rush. It's a 24-hour session, so we'll start the clock from when them rods hit the water, and not from when we left home. So yeah, I'm going to get myself a quick brew and I'll catch you guys and girls in a bit. Tight lines if you're out there. So finally got my swim set up for the next 24 hours. Bit of a late start getting the rods in and stuff, but I like to take my time and make sure everything's spot on before I do get them rods out, and everything's perfectly bang on. Nice tightly presented solid bags out to the spots where I've seen a couple of fish move. Well, since I've put rigs out, I've seen a few more fish out in front of me. I'll just see if I can swing this round, because I'm actually fishing to the right of me. Fish that I've seen are out in front of me. I'll just stop this. Here of how far I've just walked my gear. Right in the distance there's a little edge just down the corner there. That's where I'm fishing, and that was a monumental walk with all the gear. Right, car park time. Catch you soon. For all you car park swim anglers out there, that would have been a hardcore trek. Most of you will see this video and say, you know what, that's nothing. I go to more extremes than that, and I take my hat off to you. That's all the gear finally in the swim. These are the extremes some of us go to just catch a fish, and when we tell people, they laugh at us. Unless they're a carp angler, then they know the score. I'm just on my way back to the car now. Set the car back to the car park, and then the long trip back down to the swim and get set up. I will catch you folks very soon. Tight lines. So, not long had a bit of dinner and a nice brew to refresh the old cockles, and thought I'd have a recast of the rogs. I've been having a few single bleeps here and there. There were a few birds about, nothing diving down, so I just wanted to bring them back in to check them for my own peace of mind. and good to know. And nice and clear areas, like I thought in the beginning. Brought them back. Rig's still perfect. A lot of bubblers, a lot of activity in the area. So I did think it was birds, but so was nothing diving down and still getting bleeps. So that's encouraging. I'm just gonna stop the video in a minute and just flip round and show you the areas I'm fishing as well. Without further ado, I'll do that now. So see if I can zoom in on this. I don't know if you can see that little bush just creeping out there in front of the trees. I've got one a rod length back off that, and then I've just repositioned the left hand rod slightly. Just see where the tree silhouettes into the water. So where the tree silhouettes into the water there. So let me get a good look at it. Yeah, where it silhouettes into the water there, I think you can make that out. A bit blurry. Now my finger's out of the way. It's perfect. So just every time I put my finger in, it picks up on that. Yeah, so just reposition that rod there because there's been a lot of activity there, which was just slightly to the left of where I was fishing. I was getting bleeps there, but I just moved it over slightly so I noticed a lot of activity. A little bit of mist coming off the water as well. And then little clear pockets of mist. See a lot of bubblers. So I've just repositioned that rod there. I might put a few spods out later before I go get my head down for the night. But at the minute I'm just going with small solid bags. And I've also got this bay here that I like the look of. This little corner bay. The thing is I'm a little bit restricted on here to cast. Oh. I should be able to get rid of my only concern there is, so you can see it from here, there's a couple of snaggy areas there, which I can imagine that the fish go straight for once they pick the rig up. But at the moment, you know, it's perfect conditions. The rain slowed down a bit, took a bit of an hammering before. Rain slowed down a little bit now, and it's warm, so I'm hoping this shallow water is still the right area. I've seen fish about, so that's encouraging. But, and I've heard nothing else around the lake. Heard nothing else move. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. So back on out the bivvy, I've just had a single bleep on the left hand rod. So I've come out to investigate that, and I've got a nice big patch of bubbles over me now. Come out to investigate that, and I've got two little sharp bleeps on the right hand rod. And there's a lot of activity about, so hopefully I'm just going to move back a bit from the lake, so I'm still stood next to my rods. I'm just going to step back a little bit and try and keep my voice down. But there are a hell of a lot of bubblers out there, and there's activity. I'm getting bleeps, so let's hope that that first bite won't be far away. If you have followed me and Dylan for a while, obviously Boys on the Bank, you will know that I've struggled a little bit on here this time. Had a fish and lost the fish last year. Come back to do the year this year, and haven't had a fish since. There's one moving out further, and that's a duck. Oh, just beyond that, actually, no, there's a fish just rolled. There's the ducks come up, there's a fish rolled behind it, so it was a fish. Yeah, so Dylan had a couple off a couple of sessions ago. Well, I had one, lost one. I had 2 bites. Yeah, we have struggled a little bit on here, but I'm not giving in. This place ain't beating me. You know, it reminds me so much of another lake that I used to fish that I spent. There's a fish cruising straight in towards me now. I don't believe this. Straight in towards me. I'm just going to keep my noise down. Yeah, I'll just move back a little bit out of the way. Yeah, I fished a lake a while back, not long after, about 12 months after I got into carp fishing actually, and I struggled on there. I did 2.5, 3 years on there, and only had 4 fish off, and only 2 of them were carp. So, oh my god, it looks like they're coming in closer. There's definitely activity coming in closer now. Oh, and there's a bobbler straight over the top of my left hand rod. Oh, this would be nice now if we get a take live on camera. Yeah, so, you know, I have fished tough lakes. I prefer tough lakes. I like runs waters just to drop on if I'm not getting any bends in the rod, just to go and get a few bends. But harder waters are more rewarding to me. I like a challenge. A lot of people say, oh, you blank, who cares? It's not about that for me. I like to catch every time I go, but unfortunately, that's fishing, it doesn't always happen. But yeah, I love a challenge, and that's why I'm here. And I said I was going to spend the year on here. I've still got a few months left yet. And if I still don't have any luck on here, I'll continue into the next year. But yeah, at the moment it is hard going. But I know of people that have struggled as well this year. It's not just myself. Just get back in the bivvy, sit on the bed and have a look out. Yeah, so it's not just myself that's struggling. I know a few people that have struggled this year. We went and did a session. Turn this off. We went and did a session a couple of weeks back before we went on holiday, and I had I think it was 11 or 12 fish, and lost the same amount as well. And I was trying out something different that I wanted to come and try on here. I was literally getting, you know, it was coming to the point where I was getting takes on the drop, and it really opened my eyes. So I thought I'd try that here today. I've tried it, and I am getting bleeps, so you know it's positive. But yeah, it is nice to go off and get a few bends in the rod. And the only the only one place I've caught from this year is that Little Runs Water. I did a session down there January time, and had 9 or 10 fish, which was good for that time of year. I know it's a Runs Water. And then I went down a couple of weeks ago, so I had about 11 or 12 and lost about the same amount. But yeah, it's been tough going this year. Okay, I've produced probably, you know, anything between 20 and 23, 24 fish this year, but they've been off a small Runs Water, and that's over 2 sessions. So yeah, it's been tough. Nothing massive neither. Nothing very big. I think the biggest was about 12 pound, but it was about getting bends in the rod after spending time in here and blanking. It was just nice to go and get a few bends in the rod, just to, you know that I was still doing everything right. And you need that sometimes when you're fishing a hard, tricky, challenging lake like this place. But yeah, hopefully something will happen tonight, and hopefully, hopefully we'll get off the mark. So I had a fish off here last year and lost one, but I haven't got them off the mark on here this year where Dylan has. So Dylan's not with me today. He decided not to come today. He's not far off going into his, I can't really say what he's going into his career, September time. So good luck with that, son. And we've got a session booked on Gatton on the 10th of August, which will sort of be like a farewell session for me and Dylan. I'll continue Boys on the Bank. Probably won't post as much because I won't get much editing time. Dylan usually does a lot of the editing, so I'm hoping that I can get around to doing a little bit of editing and getting some videos up on there. But anyway, that's me rambling on. I'm going to shut my mouth now. I'm going to sit back, make a brew, have a ciggy, and kick back and watch the water for a while. And I'll catch up with you boys and girls a little bit later on. Tight lines if you're out there. I don't know whether you can see that from here. I will try and zoom in a little bit, but about half a rod length off my rod tip, there's a lot of bubbling going on. So it's just little pockets of silt, oxygen kicking up out the silt. Whether it is actually fish, been out there, I can't see because the water's quite murky. But only time will tell. That I wasn't sure. I actually thought it was a fish lurking about down there. They certainly do look as if they're coming in closer, and there's bubblers all over. Just wish I could get a take live on video for you. Would be nice. But it's just not happening at the minute. So, brew time. Catch you in a bit. Morning. Didn't go too well last night. Was getting constant bleeps on both rods. So lack of sleep. Went out to investigate and have a look. There wasn't nothing out there, no birds or anything. So we had a few aborted takes. It's a bit frustrating. It makes me wonder when I'm ever going to get a fish off here again. It's a tough old place. But woke up early this morning. I've reset the rods, got them back out there. Checked all the rigs. They were fine. But when they're out there and you're getting bleeps, you don't know what's what. So obviously I brought them in and had a look, and everything was fine. So didn't really need to bring them in, but for my own peace of mind. Like I say, you never know what's gone on out there, so brought them in and refreshed them. Just having a brew and I'll get some breakfast on. I think I'm going to start packing a few bits away and hope for the best. So I'll catch up with you soon if there's any updates, and if you're out there today, tight lines, I'll catch you soon.